I will now leave the stage to one of our organizers here today, Niklas Eklöv, but I also would like to say a few words of gratitude to our speakers here today and to the panelists. Churchill also again has said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. So thank you very much. Thank you to the organizers. And now Niklas Eklöv, the final words, Policy Advisor for Human Rights and Peace Building at the Church of Sweden. Very welcome.
Thank you so much, all of you. It has been a real pleasure to listen and to be challenged by all of you. This seminar has focused on the issue of a turning point for Sudan, and I think we can agree that the referendum will certainly be a turning point for Sudan. How this turning point will look like, we don't really know. There are a number of scenarios. Some are very good, some look very evil. But we certainly know that there are a lot of good forces out there, and we are part of them, that really want to work for justice and peace for the peoples of Sudan. Because we know that this turning point will change the situation, not only for the peoples of Sudan, the south, the north, the people in the transitional areas, the west and the east, but also the region and possibly also at the global level. This event has been part of the Swedish Church's Global Week of Solidarity, and for that reason we have focused quite a lot on the role of the churches for natural reasons. But of course we know that the whole of civil society has a great role to play. Other interfaith communities, other faith communities has also a great role to play for development and justice in Sudan. But here we wanted to say that and wanted to show how the churches have been working on different levels, from the local level in Sudan and the local level in Sweden. The national level, and also the work through the World Council of Churches and the All Africa Conference of Churches at the ecumenical level, and see the impact and the connections that are there through the ecumenical networks, also able to influence political situations. And I think I'm happy, Dr. Kobia, that you have helped us to open our eyes to this situation. We very much appreciate the contribution by the Ministry for Development Cooperation, Mrs. Carlsson, and also the words from Mr. Folkinger at the Foreign Ministry. And we are specifically thankful for this opportunity and this arena to share and dialogue and also discuss how to work together, because there is a great advantage of working together in this situation. That is one of the things I bring with me from this seminar. And there is a lot to gain with cooperation in the search for solutions to the many challenges that we have listened to today. What will happen next then? The coming weeks, we know that the high-level diplomacy will continue with the government levels, and we're very thankful for that, and we just wish you all blessings for the government efforts in this situation. We know that the churches will continue at the high-level ecumenical level. The local peace processes in Sudan will continue. The civic education and voters registration will continue on the ground. We know that there is an event in Jönköping with the Pentecostal church and the churches in Jönköping that will really focus on and lift up the situation in Sudan at a very grassroots level in Sweden, and that we're very thankful for. And there will be a lot of activities preparing for monitoring of the referendum, and that is also something that the churches are very much a part of. Prayers will also happen at different levels, local level in Sweden and Sudan, but also at global level through the ecumenical networks. We also heard from Dr. Dow and from the discussion. I like to pick out 5 issues that are key, that will decide what will happen. The issue of referendum will be there, and what will happen if the technical details are not supported, I mean that if the threshold of 60% is not met, we know that the people will vote for for independence, but what will happen then? That is a key issue. And I think that from the point of the churches, that the will of the people is the most important. The will of the people has to be respected. And this also goes for the transitional areas, Abyei, Southern Kordofan, and the Blue Nile. Somehow there must be mechanisms for the people that their will be respected. We have the protection and the minority rights issues, which is both valid in the south for northerners and in the north for the southerners. And we've heard many examples of that. This must be a close monitoring so that the human rights of people are respected. There's also need for this post-referendum and post-CPA arrangements. And I think that international pressure has shown with the CPA process that change is possible. And I really would urge all actors to engage for constructive solutions to these problems. And lastly, the fifth point is that we need to see, although we have focused very much on Southern Sudan, we need to see the Sudan as a whole. And there are a lot of people in other corners also who are suffering. We have the Darfur, we have the Eastern Beja people, so we need to have a whole Sudan approach when we look at these weeks to come. From the organizers, we thank you all, specifically the speakers and the panelists, for your contributions, and we look forward to a close interaction with you, and also with you who have been patient to listen to all of us for these 1.5 hours. This is certainly a turning point for Sudan. It is time to choose life. We have no time to waste. Thank you. And to our international guests, we have 2 presents. I'll hug you, the rest of them.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you.